Stuck who your opponent, man, the man in the mirror.
Welcome to Stuck the World, where we just come to stimulate conversations. Today, we're gonna talk about, so we're gonna always go into what I know, right? We can talk about anything, but today we're gonna talk about how to protect kids online in 2025 and beyond. Basically, what every parent should know. So basically in this video, we'll break down what's really going on, why it matters, and what we could do right now, right, to help protect our kids online. Obviously, we know there's different situations going on online in regards to kids, bullying, the P word, extortion, all type of stuff like that. So today, we just want to talk about the ways that we can keep our children safe and make sure that they don't get exposed to anything that they don't need to be exposed to on the internet. What's really going on is it's not just weird videos slipping online, like slipping through the cracks, right? AI tools are like now generating like entire series of fake cartoons, games, and stories with characters that kids recognize, right? From Spider-Man to Peppa Pig, doing things no child should be seeing. My son I don't really give my son his tablet or my phone, but when I do, I'll like always kind of be like looking over his shoulder, trying to be more like aware of like what he's watching. And I've seen like some weird like Sonic stuff pop up where it's like it look cartoonish, so it'll make you be like, oh, he's just watching a cartoon. But then you see like he get unalived, like something crazy ends up happening. So what I notice is that, you know, you always hear these kind of things, but the platforms, like, they're struggling to keep up, right? Like the filters and the algorithms, like they haven't caught on fast enough. So like it's not really working in regards to whatever they're doing, because I noticed you know, YouTube has YouTube Kids now, but it's like the ads too, right? Like, so I don't know what you believe in, but I know I don't want my son to be hyper exposed to certain type of content, you know what I mean? I don't want it to be hyper exposed. I don't want it to be that. So the good thing is that like my kids, they know the tablet, they know the computers, they know the laptops and stuff like that. I give them access to it because I think there has to be a balance between giving them the thing that everybody's gonna have and then also like not giving it to them. So I have a balance of where like they get exposure to it, but they don't always have access to it. Another thing is like, what can parents do, right? There's something that parents can do. Here's 5 steps. All right, so you can set up your YouTube Kids. As I said, you can set that up. Make sure you're monitoring that. Always pay attention to the skip ad, or if you pay for YouTube, you don't have to worry about that. Another thing is turn off autoplay. I think when you turn on autoplay, the algorithm kind of shoots things in there. This simple setting can stop YouTube from feeding the endless content. So it's like, if you don't put it on autoplay, now I gotta pick something to watch instead of something just kind of going in rotation. I think that's actually hyper stimulating as well. So I think it gives you that, it doesn't give you that opportunity for a break. The system itself isn't there to give you a break, right? Especially when you put it on autoplay. Another thing is use supervised Google accounts, right? So get Google accounts. Like I made a Google account for my son. It's a kid's account, so it's connected to me. So if anything was to happen, I'll see it. And then also, don't forget to be a parent, right? Like watch with your kids, like watch whatever they're watching with them, right? So then it can now be like a family thing. I noticed that, you know, we don't get deeper into this, but I noticed a lot of parents just kind of give the tablet in a sense of like a sense of babysitting, right? But I'm telling you, parents, try not to do it. If you already been exposed to it, which most parents are, it's gonna be really tough, right? It's gonna be really tough. But I think it is something that we need to be thinking about. And the last thing from my list was having an open conversation. Talk to your kids, right? My son's 3, and I talk to him. He's bilingual, so I don't know if he knows what I'm saying. But I definitely think he does, right? And then I'm gonna assume that he does. Even if he doesn't, I'm gonna keep talking about it. Just like if I was to be potty training my son, I would constantly be telling him and talking to him about going to the bathroom. Why you go to the bathroom? Let's do this, you know what I'm saying? And also showing him the action. That's one thing. I low-key wanna get deeper into, right, like why tablets are kind of bad, right? There's been studies that come out, there's research that's coming out that the lights can disrupt things going on in the brain, especially before kids go to sleep, right? So it's bad to kind of give them screen time before they sleep. There's a lot of research on this. Screen time, it shortens, it gives you that dopamine fire, so it shortens attention span, it shortens patience, right? It shortens your ability to gain satisfaction down the line, right? So what's the word? It's like a lapse of reinforcement, right? So when you have tablets, you get instant gratification, right? Just like gambling, just like social media with the red dot when you get an alert. Scrolling, all of that shortens the attention span, and it makes us seek more because we get that dopamine hit from that video, move on to the next one, get that dopamine hit, so it keeps going. I'm telling parents right now, in the field that I work in, I'm telling parents right now, if you're pregnant right now, if you have a young kid who's probably like 2, now is the best time to monitor, set the boundaries in regards to social media usage. I'm not just talking like out the side of my butt, right? Like, I think we need to understand, and I think another thing about this generation, I don't know where I fall in this generation thing. I was raised not really old school, but I was raised kind of like old school in a sense. What is that? But we can't forget to be parents. Like, don't forget to be a parent. Like, what I mean by that is, well, let's go back. Daddy's being your kids like mama's being your kids like, boom. Don't forget to be a parent. Don't forget to make sure that it's your job to teach these kids before they go out into the world. I had this, I have this person that tells me, like, you know, it's the teacher's job to teach the kid. I don't agree. I think the first teacher is you, right? The parent, the sensei is you. So I think that's why they always say, like, hey, like, you're not supposed to, like, your parents not supposed to let you have, you know, your parents not supposed to give you everything. They're not supposed to, they supposed to make you mad. Like, they supposed to, and I think there's a balance, there's a way to kind of go about it. But right now, like, my son doesn't have his own tablet at all. He does have access to my phone. You can't keep them away from it because, right, everybody has it. So when they're not in your presence, they're going to eventually do it. So I would suggest giving them access to it, but not before they go to sleep. I don't think they should have their own tablet until they're like 8 or 9 years old. I don't think kids should have social media until they're like 16 years old. And I know I'm stretching it. I know I sound crazy. I know I sound super crazy. But I think we in this age where, like, social media is now the distraction for everybody. Nobody's not in the matrix. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's caught up on this. I'm even making content for it. So, and everybody's making content for it. So my thing is, please don't forget to be parents. And this is coming from somebody who's licensed and have training in the field of in behavior analysis and behavior enhancement. So when I say please limit the tablet usage, please monitor what your kids are watching, like I'm saying, like, based off research and studies. And the reason why I'm saying this, I don't think I'm no better than anybody or nothing like that. That's why I'm at the channel. Like, I want to talk to the people who look like me, who vibe with me, right? So then they can hear somebody who's like, I seen this dude and he was talking about blah blah. He from LA, born in Compton, all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? He was all of this. I went to school, I did all this stuff. So you ain't gotta feel like you gotta hear. I'm not a doctor, but I read. You know what I'm saying? So remember, like, don't forget to parent at all, because if you do, then that's when you get those kids crying on TikTok because they can't have a tablet. My son won't do that. My son, if I'm like, hey man, it's time to give me my phone, he give me my phone, because you start when they really young. I was so concerned when I first had my son. Like, I was like, before he was born, I'm like, he not gonna have no tablet. He not gonna have no tablet. He's not gonna have a tablet at all. I started doing my research on, like, being a parent, like external external pressures, right? For the next group of people that your kid will want to try to impress and be like is their peers, right? So first is parents, then they move on to peers. So I took that into account, and I'm like, okay, I can't not have him have access to it, right? Like, I can't keep him away from it. The jobs are going to it. Like, I can't do that, right? It can't be archaic. So I decided, like, okay, you know what? He's not gonna have it until he's not gonna be able to watch a tablet until after he's 1 or 2 years old, right? So brain development, everything's developing. I don't want him to be exposed to a screen, you know, big eyes, babies be holding their head up, you know. So I decided that, right? He's not gonna have a tablet until he's not gonna be have access to any electronic device or tablets until he hits like 1 or 2, which means that he can watch something on my phone for a little bit, but then that's kind of it. We actually limited that, and he didn't have the phone kind of at all because it was just us. We didn't have no outside family. I'm away from my family in California. I'm somewhere else, so nobody's really influencing him to do anything else. But he got older, he started seeing like people with tablets and stuff like that. He would see tablets, we let him use it, boom, whenever. And then I also try to do it the normal way, right? Like, we used to be kids, we used to have to wait in waiting rooms. So when we at the mall, my son can't be on the tablet. When we at the store, my son can't be on the tablet. Like, he needs to be looking around, paying attention, right? Yeah, he's only 3, but yeah, like, pay attention to the world. Like, bump into stuff, fall, right? Like, don't just be neck down into a tablet. So beyond just the content, right? Beyond watching just what your kids do, I suggest and I recommend to people who are parents who care about their kids' well-being, who care about their kids' mental health. I do think that we need to remember to go back to parenting. Don't be scared to parent your kids. Like, you brought them in the world, you have not even the authority, not even to be authoritative. You have the right, and you're the person that's responsible for this person, for this child, for this human. So the best thing that you can do is monitor what they're watching, and don't forget to parent. Hey man, if this helped you out, please share it with another parent. We're all in this together, and if you want more real talk about parenting, safety, or just trying to stay sane, hit that subscribe button. Welcome to Step the World.
Step who your opponent, man, the man in the mirror.